All right. So, hello guys. How are you guys doing today? So today, it's a random day. I've been shopping, a little holiday shopping out. So I decided to film today, and let's call it makeup wine time. Because I got some wine here. Hopefully you have some too. And I just feel like roasting some damn makeup. So let's look at what we have here. All right. So the first new palette that is out is the BH Cosmetics. What is this called? What is this called? The BH Cosmetics is a Zodiac palette. Okay, so it's considered the Crystal Zodiac. Ugh. Is that Capricorn? Does Capricorn still have a freaking brown? How's this going? Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. This looks a lot like, there's a palette I just recently saw that looks just like this one, with like the planets or something like that. It looks very similar to it. I don't know if that palette was BH Cosmetics that I saw before. Let me see if I can pull it up. And I thought it was BH Cosmetics, but I may be wrong. But it definitely is nothing new. I don't know. I can tell you what, I've been a collector of a lot of palettes, and I feel like this is the year that a lot of brands have done something to like cut me off of my collector side of things. Like all of these palettes, and then the Carly Bible palette came out, and I'm not picking that one up. And you know, Too Faced in this, I have the other two. Let me look at the other two. So I have both. I think this one was first, right? I have this one. And let's see. So this one kind of compared to the one we're seeing, I don't know, it has a purple. There's no blue. Because looking at the matte shades, it's not really red. It's not really this gray. So really the only color that's really popping me that's the same is the purple and the browns. And it does kind of have that same dark green here. So that's in this palette. So it does have some different pops. So it's like, it really doesn't have the blue like it does. It doesn't have the blue, it doesn't have the yellow, it doesn't have this like peachy color, it doesn't have a red. So a lot of the colors are not in this crystal. Then I have the Love palette. And I didn't use the Love palette as much. I finally got the Love palette. I don't even know. I think I finally just happened to see it at Ulta. I was like, let me complete my collection. That completionist in me. But now looking at this one, I think the biggest one that stands out in the Zodiac palette would be the yellow. I mean, I think that yellow stands out a lot because there's no yellow in this one. There's no blue in this one. There is no purple in this one, but you got purple in the other one. So, I mean, it is a different color story. So it isn't, I don't think you're getting too much of the same shades. The only thing that I'm starting to kind of think, like, when you talk about the surrounding shades and you look at the pattern, it just looks a lot like they're so. This new palette reminds me a lot of, not this one, kind of this one. Like, it kind of looks like it's inspired by this palette a little bit more than anything else, which kind of goes back to the like this planet. So it kind of reminds me more of the planet version. Like, look at this one. This one compared to that, like, it looks almost identical. So I feel like the shimmers are giving me these vibes, like with the planets and stuff like that. Because what's this one called? The Galaxy Chic palette, as far as the shimmers go. But you got different mattes. So I do like that they finally figured out people really aren't into the all shimmer palette, so they're adding the mattes. But I don't know, 2% soap, like, it just seems like you're just putting fragrance on you. So I don't really feel like I clean or anything when I use the body wash. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't have the the body oils and stuff like that, so I don't know how that is. So I'm curious about the shampoo and the conditioner. Like, is it just the fragrance? Is it even healthy? I would definitely recommend you look at the ingredients on that one. I mean, I would love for my hair to smell like that, but that's a lot of fragrance to go in your hair. That's all I gotta say. Like, that's a lot of fragrance to go in your hair. So I don't know if, and it's $25, so it's kind of expensive actually. I mean, $25 for a shampoo and a conditioner, that's price. That's $50 for the combo. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it, but I'm not looking at it because, like I said, everything they expanded on, I haven't been a fan of anyway. So the other thing here is from Too Faced. What you doing, Too Faced? What are you doing? Like, what the hell is this? What? This is trash. Like, I mean, what? Yeah, I wouldn't get. First off, I mean, looking at this palette, they just basically redid the chocolate bar palettes. I mean, if you look at the chocolate bar palettes, this is pretty much every matte and every chocolate bar palette there is. The original one, the semi sweet one, a little bit of it's like all the browns out of all their palettes are just put in one palette with a couple of shimmers that are in their palettes as well. So there's nothing unique about this. They're foundation shades. I mean, I get the concept, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you need that. You got plenty of browns. I don't know. I mean, this is, again, I always try to give the excuse is for a new generation. But yeah, I have no interest in this palette, and you shouldn't either. The trendmood subscription box. I'm not a fan of subscription boxes. I think, I expressed that before, that subscription boxes are built to be clutter, in my opinion, under my eyes. Like, for me, the stuff that she has in this box, if I really want more, it's less clutter if I just buy what I want than buying these subscription boxes and getting stuff that I don't know if I want in them. And then I end up with a bunch of product, that I'm not using. Some of the stuff I'll end up using. I mean, I will say that the cleanser, I think that's the brightening, the eye cream, the double cream, that's really good. So I do like the skincare in there. I'm not a big fan of Natasha Denona right now, so I don't want to support. And why does it come with a fortune cookie? What? This is like all her Chinese food from years in the box. Anyway, yeah, I just say, I anti-haul subscription boxes in general. Like, stop doing them. If you just, like I said, if you just look at clutter videos throughout, subscription boxes are just clutters. Don't get that. Let's see. This other one from Tarte. Well, it's not Tarte. It's like Tarte Sugar Rush. It's Tarte. So I actually like the palette. I like the palette. I really do. I do think that there's a couple of palettes from ColourPop that if you may have purchased that look very similar to this palette, though, because you have the Honey palette that came out. You had the California Love palette, and I think ColourPop just came out with a holiday palette that went to Ulta that had kind of like an orange theme to with the butterflies. So I think if you have any of the ColourPop palettes, you wouldn't need this. But if that's not the case, I mean, it's a really pretty palette. I can instantly see the looks with this palette. I just don't think that if you have any of the ones I just said, or if you have that, what was the other one? Yes, Please. Or the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. You don't need the palette. I mean, those are just a couple of them that just really made me think of this color scheme, that if you have that, you wouldn't need this palette. But I think the concept's really cool. I mean, you could tell they're really going with this beehive theme, but it seems like such an odd collection to come out with now. That definitely seems like an ideal spring collection. I mean, that would be really cute for the spring, with the flowers blooming, to kind of have this, and you can make a really pretty, as far as a Sugar Rush, that would have been really nice. I think for it to be available now, this seems a little bit like, what? And this, I really kind of into this. This is from, it's the Mermaids and Cotton Candy. Yeah, Mermaids and Cotton Candy from OGX and Candy Johnson. This looks like what her Too Faced collection should have looked like. It looks really cute. I'm curious, does it smell like cotton candy? Sweet collection for hair created, yeah. Mixed with hints of tropical pineapple and coconut. Also, it looks, I mean, I would be curious. I mean, I don't know this brand too much. I see it at the store. I always see it at Ulta. I don't know if the brand's good. I've never tried this brand. So I don't know if the brand is a good brand, but it's really cute packaging. Like, I could totally see that, in your, where you get ready for work or school or whatever and you just having all this fun little mermaid themed hugs and kisses and just girlified. So I think that's really cute. But if it really would have to go with the products. So if you like those products, I just don't know if I would like that. With Fenty, I brought her, the only eyeshadow palette I brought from her was the glitter one. I think it was called the Galaxy palette. And it was by far one of the worst shimmer palettes I've ever purchased. Like, it was just glitter. It was just, I didn't have fun with it as much as like the Moon Dust palette and stuff like that. I had a lot of fun with that palette. But I felt like the Galaxy palette was just not easy for me to work with personally. I tried to put in like multiple glitters to try to give it a, 2D type of glitter effect. And it just, I don't know, it was lame glitter. Like, it didn't pop. It was, I don't know, it was supposed to kind of like look a little, I don't know, like fine milled glitter. But I just didn't get that effect with it. So it just didn't really make my eyes glistening. Like, I just didn't feel like it hit the sun very well. So I wasn't a big fan of it. Then she came out with the Morocco Spice palette. And the reviews are mixed on that one. But I just saw it at the store. And I was just like, no, I'm not getting that palette, because at the time I had plenty of palettes. Now, looking at these palettes, I just have these shades already. So even if it is a good formula and all that stuff, I have these shades, and I know I have decent formula. Nothing to make me, these colors don't even make me want to try the formula. I have it, I'm done with it, and I'm not really, the type to get the little small palettes like that. So another Pat McGrath release. So she looked like she's repackaged the palette. I actually have this palette. I'm surprised the purple isn't on her newer palette. So, that's just, that repackaging stuff is just, ugh. But I think that this would look really nice on the purple palette if she did do packaging, because I haven't bought the purple palette yet. It's out there rebuying these palettes for the packaging, because that's just silly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Jacob. Can I express that? I don't buy Marc Jacob. His brand is on the luxury side, and I have brought luxury products. So it ain't that. I just think that, I don't know, his brand just doesn't attract to me. I don't know what it is, his palettes and stuff like that, they're just, ain't my niche. So I'm not a big fan of Marc Jacobs. So we have another palette from Morphe. That's just a bunch of glitter, it looks like. So it's like it's a shimmery palette. I don't know, I feel like Morphe's falling off really bad. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Morphe is just falling off, and they're falling off to a point where it's just like, dang. Like, I actually feel like they fell off with Jacqueline. Like, Jacqueline and them fell off at the same time. I feel like when she started having all that brand stuff, and then I think people instantly got canceled for speaking about Morphe. So like, if you just mention Morphe, you got canceled. So I think because she did so many collabs with Morphe, and the drama channels and the beauty news channels started talking crap about how they keep collabing, and Jacqueline was just pushing their code, and she really didn't like the product anymore and all the other stuff. I feel like now, as an influencer, if you talk about Morphe, it's kind of like you walking on eggshells with your audience. They may not be feeling you like that. So it's just interesting to see how they fell off the way they did. And ColourPop is on the rise as well, too. So I think that, now that we know how ColourPop can basically produce their products very quickly, I just think Morphe can't keep up. And they don't have their top influencer pushing off their codes, because once that got exposed, that was it. I just think that they're the era of really pushing out a code and giving money for it. And because they're like that, that was their downfall, because that's all they really depended on. And now when you really think about it, I mean, say what you want about Jaclyn Hill, but she has a decent following, and her not pushing out their code really just did not work out for the brand. Kat Von D, what is this? This is just ugly. Yeah, I mean, I think the design of the compacts are really cool. You know, where you see like it looks like a rose, a black rose, right? So she's trying to still have that, like, you know, her brand reminds me of like the makeup she's now, her makeup looked like it should be in Hot Topic. That's what it looks like. It looks like her makeup should be in Hot Topic at this point. It just looks so cheap. Like these roses, I mean, I don't know if she plans to do that because it's like a matte rose, but I feel like if she was even trying to get her people back, like her true hardcore fans, right? Because she got some hardcore fans, I'm sure. They still support her, still buy her stuff. I feel like if she wanted to get towards them, this rose should look this sick. Like almost like a spike, you know, probably did more of a little bit of gloss, a little bit of matte, like mix up the rose with glossy pieces of the petals and matte pieces of the petals, and that would have looked dope. And these lipsticks or whatever, that just looks awful. That just looks bad. I wouldn't mess with it. This Clinique thing, because it's the year of the mouse or the rat, right? What is it? Is it the year of the mouse or rat? I don't know. Does it matter? Looks like it's available in Asia and Canadian. Hopefully it'll be available in US soon. I mean, you know what this, I don't know. I think this one, the packaging is cute if you're in. It's cute. I need ColourPop to come out with some brown of those highlighters, you know, to be a dupe for the Marc Jacob bronzer. I need them to come out with some shades. That's what I need them to do, because they did it with the highlighters. They need to do it with the bronzers, because I need some different bronzers out here. But I like this highlighter set. It kind of goes with that gold, with the butt. You guys know how I felt about that gold butterfly collection. But this is completely separate. I'm surprised they didn't make a collection with that. I don't know. I just feel like I have so many gold highlighters. Like, I do. I have so many gold highlighters. It's really hard. So I can't do that too much. Charlotte Tilbury. Can we talk about these palettes that are $53 a piece? Like, why are these palettes $53 a freaking piece? Like, I just don't understand how her fan base keeps buying these palettes. I mean, and I think the army color is cute, but I don't understand who these are for. Like, are these for people who just want a simple color scheme? Like, they just don't want to think hard. They're like, so if a palette that's bigger, they can't figure out how to put those colors together. So if you, I just really don't understand her price point. You know, like, I mean, I just don't get it. Because I mean, so two of those palettes are what would that be, $106, and for 8 shadows, nah, it's enough for me, dog. I'm done with colorful palettes. I am. This one here is beautiful, but I'm so done with colorful palettes. I just pre-ordered the palette from, what was that? Color Rain. I just pre-ordered that palette, and I'm just kind of done with doing colorful palettes. I really am. What is this? ColourPop. I actually like this palette. This is a palette I like. So, because I don't have the Sunset palette from, so I can't talk crap about it. Oh, this spicy bitch. If this is as vibrant as it is, I am very proud of Tarte. Like, if this is actually that vibrant, I would mess with it. I think that it is gorgeous. I love orange. Like, this is my jam. I would get this palette. So I can't talk too much palette. What is this? RLC Beauty. So this is the artist palette, right? I don't know about this triangle. That Kat Von D highlighter palette was in a triangle. I thought the storing that was so annoying, so I didn't do that. And the last palette I'm going to talk about is this Lunar New Year palette from Pat McGrath. First of all, I'm upset that she increased her price on these palettes, because I thought that the special shade palette that was $65 this holiday was because it was special shades, and that's why she had them priced higher. And now she's making these smaller ones. She just increased her prices. She's relaunching stuff in the same packaging. I'm taking a break from Pat McGrath. I think that she's kind of lost my interest. And that's because I think her fan base has got too big. They're just letting her do whatever she wants. And then she needs to slow it down. She needs to calm down. Her freaking her complexion products weren't even that great that she released. So I'm just kind of slowing down with her. And I think this palette is just not cute. I do not like this palette at all. So hopefully you guys like me talking about some of the makeup releases and having some fun. I would love to see what you guys loved and what you're not interested in. But I will talk to you guys later.